Okay, welcome back out. Wednesday morning. Didn't do anything yesterday, so I'm out here today. I think what I'm going to basically do today is just secure this and put it all back together, and then function test it, and see how we go from there. I'm a little bit nervous about trying to cut some pipe up, but we'll see what happens, eh? Just give me a second, I'll get some stuff sorted, and I'll put you in the stand. There we go. I'm just going to let that run like that for a minute. That's a lot quieter than what it was. If I tighten that front bolt up all the way, it bites. So I'm just going to let it wear in and then just nip it up. It's running nice. Oops. That's what happens when you don't pull enough cord out and you trip over the cord. Let's try that again. It doesn't help that I melted my plug and it doesn't sit in there properly. So let me lean across in front of the camera. I'm going to have to trim that back. Yeah, I know, I can just see people shuddering now because I'm sticking a screwdriver in an extension lead, but it's only on the outside there. There we go. That's all lighting in now. Right, let's start him again. Oh, Jesus, now I'm tripping over the bloody cord again. That's a bit better than what it did last time. I'm trying to keep my hands away from it as much as possible. For that. Oh. Very good. what I think of it. Let me put a drop of oil in here. That's gear oil too, so it's nice and thick. Right, start him up again. Got to keep in mind also that I've got a new bearing for the tail end of that motor. Let me nip that front one a little bit. It's better. Right, that's tight. Fully tight. Bit more lube. Like I said, once this runs in properly, then won't have to put anywhere near as much lubrication on it because everything will be polished and worn in and running properly. Oh, hang on. Need to tighten it up. It's starting to wobble. If I can find it. There it is. Right. That'll work a bit better now. There we go. Alright, I'll let this run for a few minutes and then I'll bring you back when we're ready to go a bit further. Stay tuned. Righto. Now check this. Ready? There we go. The only thing is, there's two problems. Well, not a major problem. This moves, so I'm going to try and secure this better. I'm going to put a shim in here. And to get it to cut, I have to anneal it. Which means I've got to heat it. You've got to heat it till it changes colour. So I'm going to try it on the bigger one and see what happens. But it does cut. The issue is annealing it. Like you can see the damage here, that's where I tried to cut before. And almost, if you get it the same spot twice, it'll cut. So yeah, I'm gonna fix this, set it so that it doesn't hit, and then I'll anneal that. No use pointing to it because you can't see what I'm talking about. I'll anneal that. I've got a heap of that, so and see how we go. But yeah, it just moves just a fraction, and it's turning this way just a touch. So I've got shims there I can put in there. Actually, I've got that bit of ruler. Might jam that in there. Cut it down. Just an old 12-inch ruler I had that I'd bug it up, so I cut it in pieces to use it as packing. So just give me a second and we'll come back and have another look. Righto, she's running. There's some aluminium. Unfortunately, even when I annealed the 3/4 pipe, it didn't want to look at it. It will cut 1/2 inch if you anneal it. Sorry. 19 mil. It'll cut 12 mil, but it won't cut 19. And I don't know what I can do to make it any better. I'm pretty much lost. So ultimately, I think what we're going to have to do is, if Dion needs to cut up 1/2 inch, it's not going to be hard for him to anneal it. That's not really a problem. You can fire up his furnace and just run it through the flame on the furnace to anneal it. And the wire it will cut pretty well. I'm going to strip some of that and join it together so I can make a big thick piece of copper to cut. Sorry about the noise, I just turned the compressor on. But it will be the world's best can crusher, let's put it that way. Tighten it all down. There's not a lot more I can do till the rest of the stuff comes in. But I'll bolt this down. So I need to put this on, check it, and then tighten it. I do suspect the biggest job of this thing is going to be cans and 1/2 inch pipe, 12 mil. Let me take you out of here very gently so I don't. I mean, that works very well now, much better than what it used to. And as you've seen, it will cut annealed copper pipe and it will cut aluminium pipe. It should cut aluminium angle, but I don't have any. I thought I did, but I couldn't find any. So it will cut thin angle. But see, a lot of stuff like that needs to be annealed because it is hard. Anything that's rolled is hard. That's why you see plumbers, because that's the 3/4 one, I annealed it, and you see the change of colour. That's why you see plumbers when they're doing piping, when they've got to bend it, they'll often heat it first to soften it. You can see it started to cut. I don't know. And that was running fairly fast too, and it just stops it dead. No momentum. If I had a big heavy weight on it, that had some momentum on it, but that'd make it prohibitively large and heavy. So there's still a lot. I've still got a lot of stuff, like I've got to chamfer the edges, or just use the flat oil and take the edge off. Same with the back. There's a bit of dressing I will do before I actually sandblast it and get ready to paint. Paint or powder coat, I'm not sure yet. I mean, I could powder coat it, but it's coating it and getting it in the oven. It's pretty heavy. Might be able to, we'll see. We'll definitely powder coat the sides. I might powder coat the sides and I'll hand paint that. I'll powder coat the plunger, the stopper. I might take the crank off and powder coat that. The base I might have to paint because I've got to weld to it and do all sorts of stuff once I start making the base, which I want to do probably next week. My mum's coming up today after lunch. It's her 84th birthday tomorrow, and they're here till Monday. I'm going for a ride Friday with my brother and a mate, so there'll be a video coming out of the ride. Yeah, mum's here till Monday, so I don't want to spend all my time out here when mum's here, so I know, like I said, I know it's a little bit less than what I wanted, but it's still going to be good. I mean, it's going to work great when it comes to crushing cans. And when you're using it to cut wire, I have a switch on it so that you can turn the gate off and the gate will stay partially across. I'm thinking I can get away with the travel. Just let me turn this off for a second. So the gate, the solenoid has 35mm travel. So if I bring the gate so it's level with this, 35mm will come to here. Even if I have it sitting sort of just over the top of that, I can bring it in, bring it through 10mm, so I'll get 45mm. So that's all it's got to do is come out there and I'll stop the can rolling through. So what I'm going to do is put a limit switch. I'm going to earth switch it, so when you turn the gate on, it'll stay shut, but it'll have power to the solenoid. When the back of this hits the limit on here, it'll earth it, so that'll operate it, and it's a spring return. So when it ceases operating, it'll return on its own. So that's what'll happen there. And I think 45mm will be enough. I've got cans everywhere here that I've been purposely leaving out here. Let me just get that back out of the way. Now if I put that, see, that'll stop another can rolling down. It'll actually hold it over this side a little bit. So even if I go 35mm from here, but I said that's the whole reason why I cut this down, because I want to come in over the top of this, so I can come in. You know, if I wanted to bring the gate in, say 20mm, I could probably even do that, 20mm, and then that'll give me 55mm. So that'll come nearly to the centre. So on retraction, it'll go bang, bang. So the can will fall down, bang, bang. It'll go back in and stop the next can falling through while it's crushing the can underneath. Can will fall out, it'll go back, bang, bang, and it'll drop that can in. So that should work fine. That'll work good. But as I say, and it'll cut wire. I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to strip some wire down I've got some more down in there. It's just to just have to strip it and twist it together, because the stuff that Dion's got is a lot thicker than just one piece there. So yeah, so I can just test it. It'll cut copper wire. I know that for a fact. It'll cut copper wire. I don't know about anything as thick as jumper cables, like, you know, welding leads. It should, because it's not hard. That's fairly soft copper, so it should cut those fine. So yeah, I don't know whether I'm going to need a stopper on the other side, like I was going to. That'll come a little bit later. So anyway, I'm starting to waffle again, aren't I? Let me stop waffling, and I will. I think that'll do for the day. I've got it reassembled. I've got it running. I've got grease everywhere. Yeah. So it'll. Well, that's about what you can speed, you know. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, and that's squashed at a fair sort too, like. And as you see, that can, I did drop that can in overly square, so when it's operating on the gate, because the gate is going to be, you know, probably this wide, so it'll drop the can in square. It's cross fall. So I'm looking forward to getting that part working, but might have to give Dion a ring and just let him know how I'm going. I'll go send him I took a little video cutting the annealed copper, I think. No, I didn't, so I've got it on here, but I did a video on my phone cutting some of the aluminium copper. I'll send that to him. Yeah, as I say, a little disappointing, but it is what it is, you know. Like, to buy something bigger, I could have got something that'll do it too, like a 2 kilowatt, 2 kilowatt motor, and I think it was about 29 revolutions a minute. That'd have been plenty to cut copper, but then the cost, you know, cost me $400 for this. The other one was, I think, about 6. So, and there's the cage for the cans, as you can see. I mean, that looks a little bit, there you go, but once it's cleaned up, sandblasted and painted, it'll look a whole lot better. And see, that's going to drop those cans down. Let me get my ruler. I'm sorry for running around, but see, there we go. There's 20 mil. I can bring that gate out at the 25 mil. So say 20 mil. So that'll work. That'll work. That's good. I'm looking forward to that now. I've just got to wait for the thing, the solenoid. It's annoying because it says it's in Australia. It's not. I know it's not, because when I paid for it, they lodge a tracking number, but they're shipping the stuff from China because it still hasn't been posted yet. And I ordered them at the same time. This thing's already arrived, so this thing was in stock in Australia. The other stuff still hasn't been posted, so they wait for it to come from China and then they send it. Which is annoying. That's why I want something from Australia, so you get it here, you know, within a week. This is going to take me 2 weeks to get here, and the date changes from when you when you look at it on eBay, and it says expected delivery, and then once you purchase it, the delivery date sort of jumps another week forward. So yeah, I screwed up. Well, not really screwed up. Yesterday, I got online and ordered a copper hammer for this, because I'm going to ruin it, because it's mushrooming the head over. I've got to hit it with a steel hammer. And it said Camden Tools, and it was cheaper than the other ones. It was just it's less than a kilo. It's not a real big one, but it doesn't matter. I don't need a huge one. And I didn't look. Paid for it, and it's, you know, expected delivery before the 19th, or around the 19th. And I had a look, and it's Camden Tools in London, in the UK. So it's been received by postal by UK Post already. So anyway, this is what it is. All right, I'm talking too much. All right, I'm going to end this. I'll get this off. This will only be a shorter video this week, or today I should say, because there's nothing coming out until next week, except for over the weekend I'll do a video of me ride. We're going to Nelson Bay to have fish and chips for lunch. So, yeah, that'll look a lot better if I trim those off. Sandblast it. Yeah, anyway, thanks for hanging out. Until next time, stay safe. Peace.